Yes, my name is Fernando. I am the farm manager for Freshwater Creek Farms Limited. We're located at mile 10 on the Southern Highway. It's a 705-acre farm. We manage at least between 20 and 25 employees. Since I took over the management of the farm, we have always been using Limbe's liming material. And over the years we have and we know it by experience now that it has been working for us. It's not a material that works immediately as some other products do, but in the long term, that is what we see, that the material has been conditioning our soils, improving our pH levels, and we can see that evidently with the way our plants are performing in the field. Freshwater Creek Farms is a diverse farm. Diverse in the sense where I say is that we initially were a citrus-based farm, but we have diverted due to problems with diseases in citrus. So we diverted to teak production. We also do landscaping plants. We do pineapples, papayas, coffee, mahogany, and we're going back into citrus. We're going back into new areas. We're putting our citrus. Our pH levels here in the south generally is around 4.5. So there is no doubt and no option but that you have to fix your pH level if you want to do proper agriculture growing. And that's in the text. That's anywhere it tells you that you have to do that. If you don't do it, then you'll see the performance of the trees, the production is low. So for the past 6 years, we have been using the liming material. We have some history of initial pH readings and some history of what is existent today. We haven't reached the levels that we really want in all the farm. We have certain areas in our farm that are at 6.0, 6.4, and we still have some new areas that are 4.5. So I would say in the next 2-3 years or even 4, we're going to attain that level where we want at 6. At least 6 and over. That is when you can see in the plants the difference, how the plant reacts to your fertilizer applications. The material quality is a long term. You don't want to use something that in the next 3 months you have to redo it again. Long term, because it works gradually in your soil. And you don't want, sometimes you want to do a quick fix, but in this case what we realize is that it has to be a long term process to fix your soil conditions. Limbe material also I think I have seen some tests that shows that the quality is good. You have good magnesium percentage in it. The texture is good, and the convenience for a size of farm that we have is best you get it by tonnage, and then the convenience that they provide us a spreader with it, and then we spread it, we return the spreader, and it's done at a much faster rate than manually. Definitely it reduces our manual labor if it's something that we had to do manually. We have some experience with certain plants that are very sensitive to pH levels. We have citrus, we have teak. Certain areas we had been that are pretty much new because they're recently cultivated. We can see the difference in areas where the pH levels are low and places where the pH has already reached at least 6 pH level. You can see in the plant development, the foliage, the reaction to the fertilizer. Later on you will see some young citrus where the pH levels are not up there yet. You see yellowing, even though we've been putting fertilizers, but the lime material, what it does is condition the soil so that the fertilizer becomes at a much better use to the plant. It's more efficient use to the plant. And hence, over the years we have using the material, we see the difference. We see that it's doing its purpose why we apply the material. The importance of using lime material. In my experience working in the Stann Creek district for over 20 years within the citrus industry and now working in a diverse farm with different crops, we underestimate, or most farmers underestimate, the necessity of lime material. And as I mentioned before, we're living in a tropical country. This southern part of the country is very tropical. The pH levels, because of our rainfalls levels, causes the soil pHs to be lower than what you would see in the northern part of the country. Now, it is an additional cost when it comes to crop production. But in the south, we have very good soils. We have very good tropical conditions with good rainfall for a lot of crops. But we cannot underestimate the need for liming, because most of the crops that we want to grow ask for the pH levels to be between 5.5 and 6.5. Now, to aim for that level, what you start off with normally is around 4.5 or 5 pH. Now you have to work that gradually. It's not something that happens overnight. You have to work it gradually. It may take an year, 2 years, 3 years to reach the level that you want. Especially if we're growing plants that are what we call permanent crops here in the south. If you're looking at citrus, teak, you're looking at growing mangoes, those are deep-rooted plants. Your root zone is not on the first 3 inches of the soil. It's way down. It's between 12 and 18 inches. So for your pH level to get fixed at that level, then it's not that you will do one application of lime and you forget about it. It's a constant thing on an yearly basis. And then you're testing of your soil to ensure that your pH is going up, is working. Now, if you're doing vegetables, it's a easier fix, because then the vegetables is what you're looking at, the first 2-3 inches of the soil surface that needs to be fixed. So it all depends, but as a farmer, you cannot say that, oh, I don't need to lime. Not here in the south. You have to. It's a given fact that you have to. You want to farm properly, you want to get back what your investments are, you have to invest as part of your farm management, you have to invest in lime material.